there was this couple, the Stones, Stephanie and Irvine Stone, and the venue, the Stone, is named after them. And they were like super cool. At every interesting show, they were in the front, and they seemed to know everybody. And they were very sweet people. And I was just this weird kid that was at all these shows. And after probably a year or so of just seeing me every night at these gigs, I think I was at a John Zorn show at the old knitting factory on East Houston Street, and it was Zorn and Yamatsuka Ai from the Boredoms, maybe Fred Frith. Wow. Improv trio. And I was sitting there, and they played a set, and then they went upstairs for a break, and I was waiting for the next set. And this woman, Stephanie Stone, said, "You're here at all these shows, what's the story?" And I'm like, I'm trying to play music, and I'm Australian. And she's like, "You got to meet John." And she sort of dragged me backstage. Wow. And I was really incredibly nervous, so scared. And to my horror, we go upstairs, and he was asleep between sets. And Yamatsuka Ai was also asleep on another couch or whatever. And then she started tugging on his shoulder, waking him up. And I was just like, "Oh my God, don't do that." And she woke him up and introduced me. And we just had this really intense 5-10 minute conversation. And I actually had a dictaphone in my pocket, and I recorded it. And I was asking him questions. I was asking him questions about records, about composers, about artists, just trying to get as much information as possible about these people that I'd heard of, like Chelsea and Harry Parch and Cargill and Morricone soundtracks, and just anything I could get out of this guy in a very short amount of time. And he was really very generous and very enthusiastic, and we had a really great,
nice.
He was unbelievable. Yeah. Then he sort of gave me his fax number. This is like 1991 or something.
Right.